Hey guys, welcome to the video. Myself Biswajit. I am a technical consultant in complete open source solutions and my specializations are Linux, Python and Ansible. Today I am going to talk about Python programming. I'll be talking about what is Python and why we should learn Python and what are the features of Python and finally what are the popular applications coded with Python. So, what is Python? Guys, Python is an interpreted, high-level and general-purpose programming language. Let's understand this little deeper. If we will break out the definition, we'll get all these points. Python is referred as programming language. It is also a high-level language. It is also an interpreted language, and it is a general-purpose programming language. Let's understand all these points in deeper. What is meant by a programming language? So to understand a programming language, first of all we have to understand what is a language. For instance, if I have to communicate with my friend, I need some kind of language to interact. It might be English or Hindi or French. Depends on the understanding between me and my friend. Similarly, to interact with a computer, we need a programming language. Okay. Now let's understand what is a high level language. To understand high level language, we need to understand what is a level means and what are the types of levels are available. So a level means the number of stages it passes through from the creation of the program till reaching the standard output. So we mainly have three types of levels. One is a low level, next is a mid level, and the third one is a high level. So a low level language passes through very less number of stages from the program till reaching the standard output, whereas high level goes through the more number of steps from creation of the program till reaching the standard output. So in low level we mainly have binary as well as assembly language. So computer can only understand a binary language, whereas an assembly language needs to be translated by using a translator called an assembler. So assembler translates the assembly language into binary, then feeds to the computer. Similar to assembly language, other high level languages also need to be translated from the high level language into binary. So we mainly have two types of translators. One is an interpreter and the second one is the compiler. Interpreter reads the program line by line. For instance, assume I have a program of 1000 lines, but due to a typo there is a mistake in line number 100, line number 200 and line number 300. Interpreter will read the program line by line and it will stop at line number 100 until unless I rectify it will not proceed. And once I rectify line number 100 and it will read the program and stop at the next error. Here the error detection and error rectification becomes easier. But the case with compiler is little different. Compiler reads the complete program in one shot and gives us the bunch of errors in one shot. But yes, compiler is faster than interpreter. But whereas an interpreter gives us the flexibility of error detection and rectification. So mainly in the types of languages we have binary and assembly as a low level language, and all other programming languages except C language is referred as high level language, and the C language is referred as the mid level language, because in 1960 Dennis Ritchie has invented C language, and after that the first operating system which was created by using C language is Unix. So this is a proof that C language can directly interact with a computer hardware. So that is why C language is referred as a mid-level language. So although we have low-level language, then why we require high-level language? Or we have high-level language, why we require a low-level language? Let's come to the point. A low-level language is difficult to understand by a human being, whereas a low-level language is faster and can be directly understandable by a computer. This is the first point why we prefer high-level language, because this is easy to learn. And the second point of low-level language is a low-level language is hardware dependent. For example, I have a Dell hardware and I have a HP hardware. The language in a Dell hardware behaves in a different way, and the same program, if I'll take it to the HP hardware, it behaves in a different way. But whereas in high level language, it will behave in the same way in any type of hardware. So these are the benefits of using high level language. Although the translation is done by the translators, which is an interpreter or it might be a compiler. So I came up with a small program for an ATM. If this is a program of an ATM, let's say X is the amount which I want to withdraw, and if my balance is less than the withdrawal amount, then it should print insufficient balance, else it should allow me to take the money. This program is understandable, but whereas what we can understand in binary, it is difficult to understand by a common human being, but once we learn it, we can understand. So that is why we call Python is an interpreted high level general purpose programming language, because Python is using interpreter. It reads the program line by line, and of course this is a high level language, and this is also a general purpose language because Python can be utilized for web development, for GUI programming, for software development, for artificial intelligence, machine learning, and much more. So although we have many different types of programming languages, high level languages, but why Python? The reason is the other languages, for example Fortran, which stands for formula translation. So this language is mainly preferred for the evaluating high level mathematical operations, and COBOL is mostly used for creating business intelligence applications. C language is mostly used for creating operating systems. All other languages are task specific, where Python can be used for artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, web development, GUI development, and much more. So why Python? Python is a multi-purpose programming language. This language we can use almost everywhere, and this is the fastest growing programming language. As per the statistics of 2019, this is the fastest growing programming language, and Python has a huge number of library where we can import as per the requirement. And next, Python is easy to learn, and the important point, it has good number of career opportunities. And finally, this is the language which is used for artificial intelligence and machine learning. So as I said, Python is easy to learn. This is a small example for demonstrate how Python is easy. To print a hello world program, if I use Java, the first program is using Java. If I want to print in Java, I have to use these many number of lines. Whereas in C, I have to use these many number of lines. But whereas in Python, it is a matter of only one line. So next, understand why Python is so demanding. The first point is Python has an active support community. Next is Python is having the great corporate sponsors, which is companies like Facebook, Google, Bloomberg, Red Hat, Amazon, and other companies which is so much popular. They are the corporate sponsors of Python. And Python is mostly used for big data, data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and other technologies which are trending in the market. And Python has amazing libraries which we can import as per the requirement. And Python is reliable and efficient due to the error handling and error detection. So now let's understand what are the features of Python. Python is simple to understand. As I shown you, to print a hello world program, it is a matter of one line. Whereas Python is open source. Anybody can modify the source code of Python and store it as a module. Next, Python is a high level language, and Python is portable, which means if I will create a program in one machine and I'll take the program and execute in another machine, it will behave in the same way. Python is also multiple paradigm. It supports object-oriented programming, it supports procedure-oriented programming, it also supports functional, structural, and other paradigms. Guys, paradigm is nothing but the style of programming. Python is interpreted because Python uses interpreter. So it reads the program line by line. And Python is easy to maintain, yes. And Python is scalable. For example, I have a program, I can upgrade or downgrade as per the requirement. Use cases of Python, where I can utilize Python. Python can be used for web development, internet development, GUI development, graphical user interface applications, for creating scientific and numeric applications, for software development, for education, for business applications, for game programming, for socket programming, database access, and network programming. So not only this is also used for artificial intelligence, machine learning, and much more. Now let's see what are the popular applications of Python. I believe most of you are aware of these applications. Few are mobile applications, few are web applications, and few are web pages. So applications like Instagram, Google, YouTube, Spotify, Netflix, Uber, Dropbox, Pinterest, and Reddit. These are the applications which are much popular and they are coded with Python. So these applications are faster and more efficient in using. That's why these applications became popular. And now you can plan your career in Python. Either you can use Python as a web development and GUI development, for artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, scientific or numeric calculations, for software development, and much more. So guys, this is for today. If you have any queries, any questions, please drop in the comment. I would love to clarify your doubts. And thank you for joining. Thank you for your time. Bye.